Hello students, this is Naveen. I'm here to deal with multi-degree freedom vibration system by using numerical methods. And in this connection, we are going to take up the second method, which is called Dunker-Lewis method to solve a multi-degree freedom vibration system. We are going to deliver the principle of Dunker-Lewis method and will explain how to calculate the fundamental natural frequency through an example problem. The Dunker-Lewis method formula for calculating the fundamental frequency of n degree freedom vibration system is given by this relation, which is 1 by omega n square is equal to 1 by omega 1 square plus 1 by omega 2 square plus so on and so forth 1 by omega I square, where I value can vary from 1 to n. Now, this case, we are using n degree of freedom system. Suppose this is a 2 degree of freedom system, then the formula would have been 1 by omega n square is equal to 1 by omega 1 square plus 1 by omega 2 square, where omega n is the natural frequency, fundamental natural frequency of the system. Fundamental natural frequency or the lowest frequency of the system. If this is n degree freedom vibration system, you know that there will be n natural frequencies. So through this relation, you can find out one natural frequency out of n natural frequencies, which is the lowest one. The important thing here is you can calculate omega n by first calculating omega 1, omega 2 up to omega I, where omega I, value of I can vary from 1 to n, where omega I represents the natural frequency of the system when only ith mass is acting at a point I. Means you have to consider only one mass acting at a time, and in that case you have to calculate the frequency. So that frequency would be called omega I. Suppose there are two masses acting in a system, so omega 1 would be the natural frequency when only one mass at point 1 is acting, and assuming that there is no second mass acting. And similarly, omega 2 can be calculated by considering only second mass without considering the mass 1, and that natural frequency would be called as omega 2. Let me explain it through an example problem. So same problem which we had taken up in case of Rayleigh's method. Suppose there is a shaft, which shaft acts, there are two weights acting on this shaft. One is 100 kg weight acting at a distance 18 centimeter from the fixed end, and other weight is acting at 30 centimeter from the fixed end, which is 50 kg. The modulus of elasticity, or the Young's modulus of elasticity for this shaft material, is given as 2 into 10 to the power 6 kg per centimeter square, where I is given, the second moment of area is given 40 centimeter power 4. Now the formula using, since there are only two masses acting here, so the formula of Dunker-Lewis method would be given as 1 by omega n square is equal to 1 by omega 1 square plus 1 by omega 2 square. Since it has got 2 degree freedom system, so there will be two natural frequencies, one by considering only mass 1 and second by considering only mass at point 2. Now let me first calculate the value of omega 1. The omega 1 is the natural frequency when mass m1 is considered and mass m2 is not considered. So suppose I say that the mass 1 is acting at point which is 50 kg. So the deflection because of this mass at point 1 would be given as delta 1 1. And from strength of material formula, we know that the mass, the deflection for a cantilever beam when mass m1 is acting, so the formula is given as L cube divided by 3EI. Now, since the mass acting is 50 kg, so the total deflection under this point would be given as W1 delta 1 1, that is equal to Y1. This represents the deflection under point 1. So since there is only one mass is acting, so the natural frequency would be given by formula G by Y1, which we have done in the very first chapter. The value of Y1 is calculated as W into L cube divided by 3I. So W value is 50 and L value is 30 because the mass is acting at 30 centimeter from the fixed end. 2, the value of E is given as 2 into 10 to the power 6, where I value is given 10 to the power 4. So calculating this value comes out 0.00563 centimeter. So you can calculate the value of omega 1, that is square root of G by Y1. So the value of G is taken 980 in terms of centimeter per second square, and the value of Y1 is written here. Now we need to calculate the value of omega 2. Omega 2, by considering mass at point 2, and calculating the deflection under this mass. So the deflection under this mass because of the load 2 acting here is given as WL1 cube, the distance of this mass from the fixed end L1, that is equal to 18 centimeter. So the deflection is given as WL1 cube divided by 3EI. So the value of W into L1 cube divided by 3I, putting the value of W2, that is 100 kg, into L1 is 18. Similarly, the value of 3 and the value of E and I being put. So you can calculate the value of Y2. Y2 value comes out to be 0.00243 centimeter. So you can accordingly calculate the value of omega 2, that is equal to G by Y2, square root of G by Y2. Putting these values, you can get the value of omega 2. Now, you have calculated omega 1 and you have calculated omega 2. So you can use Dunkerley's formula by putting 1 by omega n square is equal to 1 by omega 1 square. So omega 1 value is this. So square value would be 980 by this. So 1 by omega square is reverse of this value. So you put this value here. Similarly, you put another value of 1 by omega 2 square from here. You can get the value of omega n as 349 radian per second. So in this way, using Dunkerley's method, you can calculate the value of lowest fundamental frequency for a 2-degree freedom vibration system. So this is a very simple method of calculating. So if you compare, in my previous lecture, I've calculated the fundamental natural frequency by using Rayleigh's method. The frequency value for the same problem came out to be 355. Now, if I using Dunkerley's method, the frequency value comes out 349. So this value, Dunkerley's method gives you slightly lower values because we are considering here, what we are considering is the dynamic force. Now, in the next lecture, what we are going to deal is to use Studla's method to solve multi-degree freedom system vibration problem. And this method is an iterative method. So you have to iterate over number of trials to find out the fundamental or the lowest frequency for a multi-degree vibration system. Okay, friends. So just let me know, give me your feedback on naveen.kumar@spsu.ac.in if there is some doubt regarding this lecture. Please let me know through emails so that I can improve on my delivery process on uh, various methods for multi-degree vibration, freedom vibration system. Okay, students, bye for now. I'll come up with the next lecture on the third method, which is called Stodola's method on multi-degree vibration system.